Welcome back to my F1 Manager 24 Create a Team Career Mode. This is the pre-season episode for Season 4, going into the 2027 season. We have done 3 seasons on F1 Manager 24 so far, and this 4th season now truly feels like the time to hopefully make that step up to a championship contender in the Constructors and potentially then the Drivers' Championship. But of course, it's a manager game, so we really care mostly about the Constructors' Championship. But if we get the Drivers' Championship as well, that'd be amazing. But we've got a lot of work to do in this episode. Definitely go check out the last couple of episodes in this series to get clued up on everything. But just to cut a long story short, one of our star drivers that we've had from the get-go, from episode 1, Ollie Bearman, he is leaving the team. He got poached by, of all teams, Haas. So now we need to fill a gap in our driver lineup going into this episode and obviously see what other driver transfers are there and see how our car research is done into this season. We maybe didn't pour as much research into this car as we did for Season 3, but because we started off from a better baseline, I'm hoping that we'll make that leap forward to catch McLaren in the R&D charts. But just before we get on with the actual whole transition into the next season, going back for a moment to the email inbox, because we got this email from Toto Wolff about the 2026 results, the season we just finished. I want to offer my congratulations. You blew us out of the water a little bit this season. I can't deny that. I can call it a lucky break, though. Let's see if you can repeat that luck again next time. Enjoy the end of the year. Well, you know what? Unlike Laurent Mekies, when RB's team principal emailed us, Toto, the way he's worded it, offering his congratulations, saying we blew him out of the water a little bit, I'm gonna ignore the lucky part because he seems very sincere about it. And we know Toto in real life. He is a very sincere man. So, Toto, GG's in chat to Toto Wolff. The shed got the better of you this time round, and it will continue to get the better of you, of course, as we are looking to ascend to the World Championship contention, obviously, going into this next season. So getting on with the Season 3 end of season awards and placements. So we got 9th place in the pit stop awards. I don't really care too much about them. Obviously, we do want to try and maybe speed up our pit stops. To be fair, towards the end of the season, I think they did get a bit quicker. But maybe we look at, replacing our sporting director and upgrading him one more, because we get just under 2 million for that. But Matthew Gaze with a mentality low, so maybe worth looking into that potentially. Although, to be fair, did we actually even sign someone already to replace him? Oh no, it was our race engineer, sorry. Oh, that's one thing I forgot. We have the 2 race engineers joining us. Remember, we've got GP and we've got William Joseph, which is IRL, Verstappen and Lando Norris's race engineers. They're joining our team. I forgot about that. So that's already exciting for them to join. But we need to find someone to go alongside Antonelli, of course, for the other car. But confidence is very high from you guys, my board of directors in-game. And I'm sure the comments, although maybe the comments will say a different thing about sheds of the and that sort of nature, but oh well. But this is just rubbing salt in the wound, isn't it? Bearman, 90 rated Ollie Bearman, placed 4th place, 246 points. We were building something, man. We were building something, and you decided to leave us because you wanted way too much money from us, and apparently Haas offered you enough money to join them, and you saw something with Haas. Just what a waste. What a waste. It would have been so poetic if you were still here for the championship season, but I guess not every fairy tale story comes true in Formula 1 in real life, and neither does this one in the game. But at least we have the other hotshot junior driver in Formula 1 in our team, Antonelli. That's going to be pretty damn exciting. And he came 3rd place. He actually earned his stripes. This was his debut season for the team. He came in and made it his own. Maybe that's why Bearman's leaving as well. He felt threatened by Antonelli leading the team coming in year 1. I mean, to be honest, I think Bearman could have fought for his place, fought for his seniority. Antonelli is our new man leading the way. We came second in the Constructors' Championship with 554 points. The target for next season, this upcoming one, has got to be first place in the championship. But look at that! Our team rating has shot up by over 100%. We've gone from just over 1 star to now fully solid 3-star out of 5-star rating. That's pretty great. Our objectives obviously were completed. They wanted us to come 6th. We came 2nd. They wanted us to get 50% of points in the season. We scored in every single race that last season. So we smashed the targets, and our heritage did not go up. Really? Our heritage didn't go up. I feel like we made a bit of history in that last season. Come on now. But our team principal rating doubled. Love to see that. And the team rating also went up quite a fair bit. Lovely stuff there. Board confidence again high from all that. 1.5 million. Decent stuff. We weren't in financial trouble anyway, but always good to have more money to maybe splash on a new driver in this pre-season episode. And with that, we're now officially transitioning into the 2027 season. The regulation changes. Here's a reminder, the engine limit is going down to 3. So for the first time, I might be considering changing engines, because remember, the story we kind of made in the series here was because we had Bearman in. That's why we had the Ferrari engine, because Ferrari had a partnership with us to supply us PUs. We happily took on Bearman as our own man, and now he's left us. To be fair, he might still be technically part of the Ferrari master plan because he's joined Haas. Maybe that's why he's joined Haas. Maybe Ferrari didn't like him being too good in our car and wanted him to calm it down a bit until a seat opened up in the Ferrari team. I don't know, but the engine limit's going down. Ferrari is not the most durable engine, so maybe we change engines for the first time in the series, and this is what the technical regulation change is looking like. It's a minor one compared to the major change in 2026, but I'm hoping we can still make some big gains to catch McLaren. Here we are then, new season starts, and the Constructors' aim is for 2nd place, but I'm obviously personally wanting to go for 1st place. The long-term objective is scoring podiums in 25% of this season's races. So that's 6 of them. That's definitely achievable, especially if we're trying to go for the World Championship this season. But here we are. Welcome to a new season. So our starting balance is down to 8 million because the car development costs have been 31 million. To be fair, this time for the start of season 3, we're in the negative. So this is quite good that we're in the positive, even after spending all this money building next year's car, basically. Last year, we started in the negative, and only when we got the sponsor money did we go back into the green. So that's actually quite promising. Obviously, we've done a lot of research on various things that, you know, every single part we researched on. Under 4 especially, we got a lot done. So I'm curious to see how that all plays out for us. The cost cap's going to be staying the same into this next season, 139 million. The season prize share, of course, we actually get a bit more prize money then for coming in 2nd place. Sporting regulation-wise, just to remind you, we do have a bonus point for pole position. We have a bonus point for the fastest lap. That's been the case now for about 2 seasons, which is also why sometimes I've seen comments of some people asking how is it possible someone scored 27 points in the race? That's how, because they've got 1 point for pole position, which adds into the final tally you see on the results screen. But there are no double points for the last race. In terms of the point system, that stayed the same. CFD testing limit, obviously now that we finished 2nd place, we're even limited even more than we were last season, and way more obviously than the first few seasons in this game. And the engine limit, of course, is changing, going down to 1. So as we come to the power unit manufacturer, well, Bearman's left us. There is no reason to automatically sign with Ferrari anymore, you know? As I said, that was part of the story of why we chose Bearman right at the beginning, and then in tandem the Ferrari engine. So I feel like now is time for a change. Their durability goes up of everything. Engine, ERS, gearbox. Yes, the power is down, but relative to, let's say, Renault, it's not down horribly. Fuel efficiency's down, but you also got to remember, look how good Mercedes were last season, especially the end of it. And they obviously are fixed with the Mercedes power unit being the Mercedes Works team. I think this is a good engine to choose. I think Mercedes, now is the right time to choose Mercedes, especially in a season where we only have 3 whole power units. Penalties are going to be very important potentially. So I think we play it tactically, go for the durable approach, knowing that hopefully our car, I hope, is going to be great in every other aspect, where the slight lack of power, maybe the, having to put more fuel in the car, it's not going to be a bother. Confirming, for the first time, we are changing our power unit. Confirm. Let's get into it. Ah! What? Sorry? What? Bearman has joined Audi. Huh? Oh my god, we've been duped. We've been duped. We've been duped. He's duped us. He's duped us. He's duped us. He told us, and even everything was telling us he was joining Haas, and now he's joined Audi. So he has left the Ferrari family, and he's joined Audi, the Works Audi team. He's swindled us. He's finessed us. He made us think he was joining Haas. Oh, not a bother. If I knew he was maybe going to join Audi, I would have fought for him way more, because Audi, they finished halfway up the R&D chart at the end of last season. They could be a dark horse. Maybe in 2 seasons' time, there could be a bit of a problem for the grid, for us, for people. I knew this video was going to be juicy, like needing to sign our own driver, changing the power unit, seeing the driver transfers. I didn't think we were going to get an additional transfer bit of news for Bearman. I thought he was locked in. Okay, Haas. This now is spinning my head. This could actually be such a clutch signing for Audi, a team that improved so much last season. Unbelievable. 28 million. He's getting paid 28 million a year by Audi. I simply could not compete with that. I could not compete with that. They are paying him so much to drive for their team. Bloody hell. But to add to the excitement then of apparently Bearman actually joining Audi, not Haas, which is way crazier of a move, we have a new team, we have a new brand, we have a new team on the grid in 2027. I introduce to you Porsche Formula 1 team has joined the grid. They have bought the racing slot for Visa Cash App RB. RB, our arch rivals with Esteban Ocon, they are now going to be racing as Porsche into 2027. I think you'll agree, this additional mod for this season makes a lot of sense, because RB finished 5th place in the Constructors. The actual Red Bull team finished in 10th place, okay? They only finished above Audi, and they were level on points, I think, 1 point apiece. So for this RB team, I thought it made a lot of sense for them to be bought out by Porsche and to be a Works Porsche team, because in reality, in real life, they would never let VCarb be the better Red Bull team this dramatically. If that happened, either they would be rebranding as the #1 Red Bull team, or someone would be buying them out in a heartbeat. So I think it makes a lot of sense for now Porsche to enter Formula 1 here and buy this slot, which makes this even more juicy if they perform, because Porsche is a car brand. That's an actual, bit of heritage, a bit of aura about them. So now, even though I'll be pretty pissed off if Ocon is still doing insane this season, I'll be less pissed off because he's doing it for Porsche. And hey, that basically means Ocon, what a blinder of a career move, moves to RB on a long-term contract till I think 2029 in-game, and he's become a Porsche Works driver. Fair play. But we have some work to do now, because we've got Antonelli and Abby pulling our affiliate driver in that seat. We need to get a proper signing in that seat, because we gave Abby a test run. It didn't work out as well as I'd hoped, but there was some potential there. I still think the fact she's 72 rating is pretty damn great. as an affiliate driver from F1 Academy. So I'm going to try and get her back to affiliate status and just let her grow. Maybe in like 2 seasons time. And I do think we're going to be playing this game still, you know, down in like season 6, because I'm enjoying it so much. You guys have been enjoying it so much. I think we could see a long-term play. But what are our options? That's what I want to know, because I feel like so many people are going to be locked down in contracts already for this next season. Oh my God. You're kidding me. The top 2 drivers in Formula 1 in this career save, Verstappen, 93 rated, Piastri, 92 rated. They're both free agents. Oscar Piastri's the reigning world champion, for goodness sake. The 2-time reigning champion. He won it back to back. How has he not locked down a McLaren contract? McLaren have fumbled. But hang on a minute. Do we have the chance to sign the reigning champ? Can we sign Verstappen? Oh, do we put this? I know I said I maybe didn't want to, you know, dampen Antonelli's thunder as the new hotshot. But I'm sorry, so many people in real life are touting Antonelli as the next Verstappen. Do we put the current Verstappen next to the next Verstappen? Do we put him and Antonelli together? That could be, honestly, one of the juiciest lineups. I think it would be stupid not to try it. We have to try it. I don't know how much money he's going to want, but let's try it. He was driving for Mercedes, remember? So he was driving for Mercedes, remember? And this is exactly how we signed Antonelli. Mercedes, they did this weird thing with Antonelli where they left him out of contract. And apparently Mercedes were about to re-sign Antonelli, but then we swooped in and poached him. Are Mercedes in-game here doing the exact same thing by mistake? And they're leaving Verstappen out of contract for this little tiny bit, 1 day into Jan 1st, 2027, and leaving him open to be signed. I think they are, and I think we're going to piss off Toto Wolff very much so. Let's go for it. Right now, his appeal is like literally 0. What salary are we going to have to give him? We're going to have to give him so much, 35 million, and he's still maybe not interested. The seasons, okay. 2-season contract, 3 seasons. Okay, 2 to 3. Okay, 3. Maybe we lock him down for 3. Do we put a lower multiplier on? So that way, even if we want to break his contract to get someone else in, we could. I want to get some money back for him, though, if we do get poached. So let's put the multiplier to 2, but we might need to bump up the salary. This signing bonus really isn't making any difference whatsoever to him. Jesus. It's not making any difference to him. I think we just go to like 1 million and call it that. 1 million signing bonus. I think we up his salary. The thing is, last season, we finished with 37 million. So we could afford a salary like this for a year. If it's just for 1 year to secure the Constructors' Championship, just knowing how good McLaren were last season, honestly, this actually might be the play to ensure we can fight for a championship. Gonna go for a race bonus for 200k, which is the same as Antonelli. But Antonelli, his bonus comes in for 10th place, whereas clearly Verstappen rates our car more than Antonelli did at the start of Season 3, because I can get away maybe with 5. But let's bump the salary up. Oh! That's very extreme. Look at that. I did not expect that. I thought we'd be going up to like 40 million excess to get the appeal up this high. Not bad. That's not bad at all. I can't remember the last time I got involved with Verstappen in a career mode in terms of our team, whether he's my teammate in driver career or my teammate in my team. I think the last time I had Verstappen as one of my drivers or one of my teammates was, I think, F1 2020, 4 years ago. So, to be fair, maybe any of you guys who are Verstappen fans, this might be overdue of me being involved with Max Verstappen and cheering him on here in the game, because we're going to offer the contract. I want an answer immediately. It doesn't make much of a difference to the appeal level. I think this is a pretty damn good deal. Maybe we bump this up to, 37.5, just to really sweeten the deal. Come on, Max. Come on. You're out of contract. Toto Wolff, he has disrespected you. He did not respect you enough to give you a contract already lined up for this season. What kind of team principal does that? I will treat you right, Verstappen, okay? I will make sure that you are given priority. He's not going to get priority. You will be given priority over that little shit next to you, Antonelli. He's no one. He's no one to you. I'm not doing that. Off a contract. Here we go. Oh, yes! Yes! We have Max Verstappen. Come on! Even though he didn't like any of this stuff, he's liked the salary enough. He's liked the car enough. Let's go. Let's make Toto Wolff one annoyed man once again. 2 seasons in a row, we have poached a Mercedes driver. Hiya. Welcome aboard, Max Verstappen. Oh, it looks so good. It looks so good. Oh, we're on smoke this season. We are on smoke. We are on smoke. Oh, that's a good liner. Oh, he's reunited with GP. Oh, we've cooked. We've cooked. We've reunited him with GP. He already has a great affiliation with him. Oh, lovely. Bellissimo. And we are rehiring Abby Pulling as our affiliate driver. So she's back into affiliate level and will continue to hopefully grow. But we've cooked. We have absolutely cooked here. What a move. Behrman, you left us for Audi. You duped us. Well, I think this is the beginning of my villain arc. This is the beginning of Aarava Archer GP's villain arc. Behrman leaving us was the origin story. That is all very exciting, but before we get on with the rest of this video, let's show you the shaking up calendar for 2027, as we have done every season, moving things around just to keep things a bit fresh. So we are going to start once again, though, down under at the Australian Grand Prix, the home race of the apparently out of contract free agent double reigning world champion Oscar Piastri. We then go to Bahrain and then an early, very early Las Vegas Grand Prix, the first of the 3 US GPs in the season. Then it's a typical Japan and China, as we've been growing accustomed to in the current F1 season. Then Baku comes back as an earlier race in the calendar rather than later. We then go to Miami and then start the European portion of the season. Imola, Barcelona, Spain before the Monaco Grand Prix. Canada then, that always used to be a classic run-in of those 3 in this order rather than the order we have now. Then we have Austria, Silverstone, Sparta, Monza, Hungary after those 2, not before, as was the case in previous F1 calendars in years gone by. Zandvoort, Singapore. Then we go to Austin, Texas for the US GP, the Mexican Grand Prix, Qatar, and then ending with a run of Abu Dhabi, Jeddah as the second last race, and then a classic again at Sao Paulo. But this time I'm hoping Sao Paulo will be hosting a championship decider for ourselves, and, well, who knows? Who knows? I actually, to be honest, now that we know Piastri may not even be at McLaren, I don't even know who's going to be fighting us. Obviously, if McLaren have a good car, then I don't know. Maybe they've just pissed off Piastri. Maybe Piastri is about to sign for someone else. That's the beauty of the contract systems in this game, is we know until that final email comes through, things could be changing as we stand right here in this timeline, January the 1st. So let's go on through the calendar a little bit and then see what the driver transfers are looking like. Time for sponsor negotiation. This is very important. Our main title sponsor for this new season. So let's see the total funding. 48 million, 50, 51 for Faro Energy. Upfront's 13 million, 17 million upfront. I'd rather have a bit upfront to start, you know, making upgrades straight away. And also it has less of a performance reliance. Like, that's based more on, yeah, there's more race day activities here, whereas Centro Golden Oil is a little bit, the total funding's not even that less, and it's definitely an easier one to go with, I think. And you know what? We're a team going into a season where we hope we're fighting for the championship. It makes sense to have oil money coming into this team now. Okay, oil money me up. And these are going to be our secondary sponsors. We're going to retain Bad Turtle as we have done for the last 2 seasons, because I've grown a soft spot for the brand, for this logo in game. Then we've got a few different sponsors in terms of financial and technology sponsors that give us upfront payments, and then we've got MMOX and Roga Coin, bit of crypto in there. Obviously it's Formula 1, so some dodgy businesses involved, but total funding of 96 million. We're still not even hitting the cost cap. So there's still room to grow this team in this game, clearly. I'm happy with that. I'm very, very happy with that. Moderate performance reliance, which means basically less chance that we don't get the full funding because of something that happens in the races, and the preference is staff activity. That's fine by me. That's a good amount of cash. And team branding this season wise, switching the overalls up once again, now going for mainly fluoro, but from the headshot shot it still looks pretty sleek with the black and the accents of white. We've got the new title sponsor in bold on the chest. Bad Turtle now taking a chest place on the top left. Car livery-wise, still sticking with my aarava in-game livery. I think a lot of you guys are getting confused. I keep seeing some people who are probably new to this series saying, why aren't there any sponsors or change, put sponsors on? Guys, it's a preset livery. I've thankfully, Frontier have given me my own livery, and it's non-editable. You can't put sponsors on it. But to be honest, in my opinion, this design is so clean, you wouldn't want to defy it with sponsors. Maybe, if I was being picky, a side pod sponsor, just to make it look a bit more, real. But at the same time, I love it so much. It's a very rare thing for me not to want to change my livery from season to season in an F1 game. And that's just because this one's come out so cool. So until we win a championship with this livery, I don't think I'm going to be changing it. Unless someone out there wants to offer to just take this design and make a mod where my sponsors here on the overalls are modded in on top of this livery. If someone wants to do that, I will happily use that and link it down below in the description. But until then, I am happy with our original preset livery. ATR period has begun, so we can actually put some designs on this car already. So it's not worth checking the R&D chart quite yet. Let's go in with a front wing design. Let's go again for quality. So let's go for about half the ATR period used on the front wing, and then we'll do something else as well. Oh, that's going to be a big upgrade. That just this front wing upgrade alone, because it's like lightweight, that's going to be big for us. Okay, let's do it. Do we need to rush it? The first race in 63 days time. Let's just put on 3 engineers. Get it done, yeah, just at the start of February, and then one other design. This will pretty much be the last design we do for this car in this ATR period. Should we go for a rear wing now or something else? Underfloor? I think underfloor is pretty powerful, isn't it? Right, underfloor, 1 million. Right, there we go. ATR period is all used up. It's now time to bide our time and wait for that email. Oh, it's happened again. It actually has happened twice in a row now. 2 seasons in a row. Toto Wolff emails us. It makes it better. That's his face. Just gritted smile. I see you've signed Max Verstappen to drive for your team. It's still early in the season, so we don't know how they'll perform yet, but it was a shock that you poached him into an immediate contract. Don't expect this to hold us back, though. We'll fill their seat ASAP, and we'll come after you in the championship. It's not the first time Toto Wolff said that. He literally said that about Antonelli, so I kind of feel sorry for him and Mercedes, but also at the same time, needs must. Behrman left us high and dry. We had to do something, and I think this was the best play possible. But now it is time to get on with revealing the 2027 Season 4 grid of this career mode. Are you ready? What are going to be the biggest changes on offer? Oh, I can see one. I can see one here. McLaren, the Constructors' Champions, all change. Alonso, gone. The double reigning champion, Piastri, has actually left. He was legit a free agent then. And they've signed back Lewis Hamilton, he's returned home. Lewis Hamilton is returned back to McLaren after all of these years. The Ferrari stint wasn't too successful for him here in this career mode save. And alongside, I believe this is a McLaren junior driver in real life anyway, Gabriele Bortoleto, doing very well in Formula 2. And yeah, he's a McLaren junior driver, so it makes sense he was probably an affiliate driver for McLaren. I assume they've splashed the cash on Hamilton to sign him and break his contract with Ferrari, and then to save costs, they've just promoted from within. I don't know whether they've decided that before Piastri jumped ship. Like, did Piastri get nicked? You wouldn't think so, because Piastri was just a free agent. So that means something must have happened. I don't know, team tensions or what. But McLaren, as an AI team, has just thought, no, you know what? I don't fancy keeping the two-time reigning champion, Piastri. And they've opted for Lewis Hamilton. That is the pull that Sir Lewis brings, that they want to sign him over the two-time champ they had. Of course, our team is right up there, Verstappen and Tonelli. But according to this email, the team signing that everyone is talking about, really, Ollie Behrman, who officially joins Audi for 28 million. I can't believe, to be honest, Hamilton to McLaren is probably the, for me, is the signing people will be talking about, or wherever Piastri's gone. So actually, at this stage, usually one of the transfers gets spoiled for us at the start. I have no idea where Piastri's ended up then, but I can't believe that's just rubbing salt on the wound that they're touting Behrman's move to Audi is the biggest one everyone's talking about. I still can't believe he's finessed us like that. I thought he was joining Haas. Like, that would have been, you know, okay, whatever. He can like wallow in the trash. That would be Haas. But Audi actually might be pretty good this season. I know they scored only 1 point last season, but looking at the R&D chart last year, at the end of last season, this season could be a much better one for them. But mad. So McLaren have Bortoleto and Hamilton. That's pretty crazy already. Obviously, we've signed Verstappen. That in itself is a huge move for us and a huge statement piece of what we want this season to be. But now let's move on to the next set of teams, because we move, oh, these are pretty big. We move to Mercedes and Ferrari, who are going to be driving for these two teams. Obviously, Verstappen we stole from Merck, so Toto Wolff is going to be unbelievably pissed off. And obviously, we know Ferrari have lost Hamilton to McLaren, so there's going to be at least 2 big changes here for the Silver Arrows and the Scarlet Red. And the changes are going to be... Oh my God! What a move! What a transfer! Oh my days! Oscar Piastri, the reigning double champs, join Merck with Tsunoda of all people. So they've kicked out Sainz. We stole Verstappen, but they've just kicked out Sainz. I mean, thankfully we didn't sign him either, because if Merck don't think Carlos Sainz was good enough for them anymore, definitely wasn't good enough for us. But then look at this! Sebastian Vettel from the back post has come back into Formula 1. It's the 2019 lineup, reborn. Leclerc and unfortunately Sebastian doesn't have a face in the game anymore, but Vettel, he is back in Formula 1. He's not lost too much speed. He's definitely lost a decent amount of speed, because 82 compared to what he probably used to be is quite a lot, but that's still a solid option. I guess Ferrari were left high and dry losing Lewis, because yeah, I think McLaren have kicked out Piastri, so he was a free agent, and I think because they lost Lewis, they were so stuck on who to sign. Obviously they could have gone for Piastri, but maybe they just couldn't afford Piastri. Mercedes definitely can afford Piastri, because they can afford to change both their drivers. So that's a very solid lineup. The double reigning champion and Tsunoda is very good in this game. So that's pretty crazy for him as well to get a Mercedes drive. Obviously, they were literally there with us in the R&D chart. And then Ferrari, I mean, to be honest, did you see that nosedive for them last season in the R&D chart? It was pretty big, so maybe Ferrari just can't afford a big move. So they've obviously, you know, they've got their golden man Leclerc, but they brought back Sebastian Vettel out of retirement. Crazy. Already, these 4 teams alone has been mental enough. But we still got to find out who's alongside Behrman at Audi, who's in Porsche alongside Ocon, because I assume Ocon is still in Porsche, like I said. Let's see. Next two teams, Porsche and Aston Martin. Interesting. Okay, let's see. Porsche and Aston. That is a very aggressive lineup. That's all I'm going to say. That's a very aggressive lineup for Porsche. But Porsche sign George Russell. So he's left Haas then. So wait, hang on. So Haas were going to have Russell and Behrman, I was going to guess. And now they've ended up with neither of them. So Ocon was locked in, like I said. Russell, that's a pretty good signing for Porsche. And that's kind of funny, because remember, in Season 2, was it? Russell signed for Red Bull, the #1 Red Bull team, and they nosedived so much. So it's kind of ironic now. He's signed for the team that used to be the second RB team, that's now known as Porsche, and they're probably going to be performing better than the Red Bull Ford team. That's crazy. And then Aston retained Gasly. They've got rid of O'Ward, though. O'Ward, one of our original drivers in Season 1, is no more in Aston Martin. They've got Vesti in, which is an interesting choice. That's a downgrade, so has O'Ward been pinched, or poached, sorry, to use the proper technical term from the game. Has O'Ward been poached? That would suggest so if they got Vesti in, who's 78 rated. I believe O'Ward was growing up to 86. Interesting. I think that's a good choice for Porsche, for Russell there. So that's going to be one to watch. And remember, Porsche, they used to be RB, so they're still our numero one enemy, even if we've got our eyes on McLaren and Mercedes, of course, as the people we're challenging for the championship. Porsche, you're on my radar still. As RDJ said, okay, different mask, same task. Same task with you lot, destroying you. Right, next two teams, Williams and Haas. I think I can already see Lando Norris is staying at Williams and Magnussen. So that's the first unchanged lineup. Oh, wait, hang on. I didn't see this. Oh, wow. Giovinazzi, another old driver of ours, has got his F1 seat back. That's pretty cool. We said this before in Season 2. You guys were really liking the fact that the creator team was giving the ability to basically bring a new driver into the fold. You know, we brought O'Ward into Formula 1, and now he was just part of the grid. And Giovinazzi, we gave him a second chance in F1. He went away for another season sabbatical, and now he's come back into F1, so he's getting another crack at Formula 1 for the third time with Haas alongside Sergio Perez. So Haas have gone from having Russell and maybe signing Behrman to now with Perez and Gio. They're going to be pretty annoyed at that, aren't they? Right, next team. Next team is Alpine and Red Bull. Both teams weren't really doing much last season, to be honest. Red Bull's downfall still absolutely needs to be studied. Like, really needs to be studied, because they have just fallen and fallen every single season. But their drivers who might try and help them climb back up with the Ford power unit are Albon and Teo Porcher. Makes his debut. I was wondering when Porcher was going to come into Formula 1, because I've seen him in other creators series and on the grid, and he's rated 90, for goodness sake. He was an affiliate driver for, I assume, Sauber initially, and then whatever team he was at. And as an affiliate, Porcher has grown to 90. He's debuting in Formula 1 at 90 rating. Unfortunately, with a very slow Red Bull Ford. But let's see how the winter break went. We haven't seen the R&D chart yet. So maybe Red Bull, maybe they've started to cook again, and that's why they've signed Porcher now. Alongside Albon, their old Red Bull driver. Kind of cool to see Albon back in the Red Bull overalls. And remember, Albon actually wasn't even on the F1 grid for like 2 seasons, was it? 2 seasons or 1 season? So, welcome return for Albon to the F1 grid. Alpine have Hülkenberg and Bottas. Bit of a weird concoction. Hülkenberg and Bottas is... I mean, it used to be Bottas and Tsunoda, so... I mean, Hulkenberg's now 78 rated. I would say if it was real life, it would be a solid signing. But in the game, Hulkenberg is starting to deteriorate a little bit in terms of his rating. But at the same time, Alpine weren't really scoring too many points. So maybe into the next season, if you guys agree, maybe we should try and replace Alpine with someone to kind of create a bit of a new story for them. But right now, they're just on the downward trajectory, I would say. So that leaves the last team. Literally, the last team here is Audi. We know it's Ollie Behrman. And to be honest, I'm already doing the deduction and the mathematics that a certain someone got kicked from a team. And so I cannot believe that a lineup Audi have. Because if I'm correct, it's going to be... Yeah. It's Behrman and O'Ward. What? Audi are taking the piss, man. Audi have got our Season 1 lineup. The only difference is Behrman's 90 rated now and O'Ward's 86 rated. Oh. Audi, man. Audi have cooked us. Audi have clowned us. But hey, shout out to any of you guys who were really loving this pairing in Season 1. To be honest, I knew I loved the pairing. So you know what? I'm actually happy for these two that they're reunited as teammates. O'Ward gets to see Behrman now as a mature 90 rated driver. 4 seasons in. They are teammates once again. That's pretty sick. That is pretty damn sick. And O'Ward deserves a shot in a good car still. And to be honest, maybe I think Audi are actually now a better car than Aston Martin, maybe. At least at the end of last season, it was like that. So, yeah, that's an incredible lineup. That's definitely my dark horse team this season, Audi. Maybe even Red Bull as well. Red Bull and Audi, keep an eye on them. And then obviously we're going up against, I assume it'll be McLaren and Mercedes, because they were the 2 teams nearest to us in the R&D chart. Don't know where Ferrari are going to be. We're going to have to see, because I want to wait until the start of Feb to see the R&D chart, because a couple of upgrades might come in and then we'll really see what the grid looks like going into 2027. But what a roster, man. What a roster. Once again, F1 Manager 24 absolutely cooking. Right, let's continue on. We've done the upgrade, so there's nothing actually much to do apart from actually, hang on, pause that. We can make an HQ upgrade. We should definitely not waste time. We've got the wind tunnel on the way. We need to... Ooh... Do we just upgrade the design center instead of refurbishing it? We get increased airflow middle, drag reduction. I think so. Let's go for it. Yeah, 28 million. Let's go for it. Instead of refurbing, let's go for the upgrade. What else could we do? Operations, tour center needs a refurb. Weather center we are upgrading. Hospitality area to boost marketability. That could be quite a good upgrade. 2 million there. Let's do that. 25 million. Let's maybe hold off for now. We've just upgraded the design center and hospitality. We've got weather center pending and wind tunnel pending. So we have 4 HQ upgrades on the way. I think for now, that's enough. That's enough. And before you ask, no, the shed is not getting an upgrade, okay? I told you guys, World Championship, then we can talk. And to that effect, I haven't done it so far on the video, but any of you guys still watching to this point are the real G's of this series, still watching at this point. So now I'll splash up the payoff of the best top comments of recent episodes of The Shed, even from other video series like F1 24. Just keep it coming. Hilarious as ever. I love it when they come onto other videos, have nothing to do with F1 Manager. It's just great. Abby Pulling as an affiliate has grown to 73. Good stuff. That's what we want to see. Keep on growing, Abby, and then maybe eventually we can give you another crack at Formula 1. Weather Center, level 4. I cannot wait to basically see the weather in 3D in front of my eyes with that upgrade. That is the vibe we want to see. Right, design's complete of the new underfloor. Oh, we're going to make both these parts in time for Australia. Lovely. But this is also why I want to wait through the timeline to see the R&D chart, because we need to let the AI also make their upgrades so we can really see the true R&D chart before the first race. Although, I don't say pecking order, because the pecking order was very different sometimes to the R&D chart, as design center effectiveness for 50% for 45 days. Well, annoyingly, our ATR period is done, and I don't know when the next ATR period begins. Oh, to be fair, it might not be too far away then. What date are we? 22nd. Okay, let's do it. 1 million, and we get a boost on design center. So we could make the upgrades even more effective in that new ATR period. And then here we go. 27th of February is going to be the pre-season testing result. And that's when I am going to also load up the R&D chart. Going to very much complete that engagement there. Thank you very much. And here is... There we go. Today is the pre-season testing result. Okay. It is looking very good, bruv. For us, it is looking good. It's looking good for Mercedes. And McLaren, they've dropped off a bit. So, in a weird, funny way, Piastri's move to Mercedes might just be the key for him to still be able to, you know, try and defend his 2 championships in a row in Season 2 and Season 3, as Mercedes are the nearest team to us. We are #1 spot for the first time properly, it would seem, because we were #1 briefly, I think, remember, last season, but then McLaren just pulled away again. But obviously, being first at the beginning is one thing. We need to carry this on over the very long season of 24 races. Mercedes are quite close, you know. They're, you know, 2 major upgrades away from overtaking us. So we could be in another situation soon where, again, Piastri is the one we're fighting, but this time he'll be in a Mercedes alongside Tsunoda. But McLaren, they do drop. It's not a huge amount, but it's a lot more than I thought, because remember, they ended Season 3 like this much ahead of us. In #1. So they've really not had a great winter relative to where they ended Season 3. And then look at Audi. They've retained a decent slot, and they're actually starting ahead of Ferrari. So that means our Season 1 driver lineup of Behrman and O'Ward, and it's a 90 rated Behrman now, they're starting with the 4th best car. That's crazy. I mean, that's amazing for them as drivers, but that is mental. So yeah, Ferrari do start the season a bit slow. They ended kind of around here, didn't they? In the midfield slot at the end of Season 3. Porsche, who used to be RB, remember? Kind of about where they were at the end of last season, P6, kind of near Ferrari, I think they were, in the R&D chart. Then you got Williams, Haas, who has a bit of a gap there. So Williams, Porsche, Ferrari, Audi, McLaren, they're all, you know, quite an interesting pack there from 7th up to 3rd. Then there's a kind of a backmarker pack of Haas, Aston, and then Red Bull still down there with Alpine. Honestly, Red Bull cannot catch a break since the end of Season 1. They are way down the order. Albon and Porsche, they are wasted talent at Red Bull unless they really pick it up this season. But so I'm going to guess then it's going to be us v Mercedes at the start of the season. Then you've got a bit of a pack behind us. So McLaren, Audi, Ferrari, Porsche, Williams. Amazing stuff to say. And then Haas, Aston, Red Bull, and Alpine. Interesting. But it's not a big margin we've got to Mercedes, I must say. McLaren had a bigger margin to us last season than we have to Merc right now. And with the right driver, we did still win some races with Antonelli. So easily in the same way, Piastri could still do bits for Mercedes. So we need to watch out. We need to upgrade the car. But the difference is we have Antonelli, who's even better, I hope, into this season. And we have Max Verstappen. So it's going to be very, very exciting. And our old drivers of Behrman and O'Ward, what can they do this season with Audi? What are Porsche going to do with Ocon and Russell? Vettel and Leclerc. We've got so many cool stories going on here in Season 4. Amazing. What a 2027 this is going to be. But this is it then for the pre-season episode. Guys, if you have enjoyed it, smash that like button. Let me know what you thought in the comments below. If you're around here, then do get subscribed for weekly Formula 1 content. And of course, next time out, the start of 2027 could be the season where we finally challenge properly for our first ever title on F1 Manager 24. Till then, guys, hope you enjoy the rest of your day. Goodbye.